I mean, let's look at the timeline. You're not going to take a magic pill and wake up on your yacht tomorrow morning, right? If you're listening to this DVD and you want to do this thing now, you start your research, okay? With a good goal would be to lay down that free content to pitch call on the 30th day, and you'll make your money. Or to try and get the last week of that 30 days is where you're doing, maybe you have multiple calls scheduled, and one might be a winner, one might not. You might make a lot of money. So the 30-day thing, kind of like the culmination of the 30-day project, unless somebody wants to correct me, is where you're doing that content call into the sales. Really be clear on the leverage that you're playing with at this stage of the game, because you're not a Johnny-come-newly anymore. When you have your call series in the can, when it's done, it's mastered, you got your CDs, the cover looks pretty, you're not asking anybody for any favors anymore. Now the new phone calls to the peripheral, the calls that we may have made to the network marketing industry, well, we think we have this thing and we're hopeful that it's going to do this. No, we sold out the lines, we got this amount of return, here's the numbers, you're going to promote it or somebody else will. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just being.
Hey, that's the strategy to take.
Yeah, you've got the asset now. You have the asset.
Yeah, and the metrics.
So the first 30 days is great. I mean, you just made 30 G's, but look, 30 G's does not last very long, does it, guys?
That's a lot. That's not so.
You pay this guy, and then you take expenses, the taxes, and all that.
You
other
pay
crap.
the affiliates.
Before you know it, it's like a few $1,000, $5-10 grand. Okay, so now what are you going to do next month? Well, now, like you said, next month the product's done, and you just go. If the top 10 said yeah, you go to the number 10 through 20, and you've created not just 30 grand in a month, but 30 grand the next month, and the next month, and the next month.
And then Project B adds 30 grand, and then you go out and repeat the process, because once you lay down this content, you can go to 20 through 29. And either release the content from 1 through 10 to them.
Second edition.
Right, or you can do another
double
edition.
the price.
You can do a best of series. You can take the transcript, which is nothing. I mean, it's like $50 to have the whole thing transcribed and cut up. Now you have keyword
and $50 a copy. You sell it for $50 a copy. You pay $50. And then you make it back at the first one that you sell.
Yeah, you can chop it up into keyword content. You can go back to those authors and take that teleseminar and cut it up into newsletter content for them, and then license it to them, because none of them are putting out newsletters like they should.
Well, you've also built a list, right, of several hundred to several thousand people, and now you have a few partners. And chances are good all your partners have products. So you just go and you do individual teleseminars with each one of your partners, right? And sell their product at the end through their affiliate link. They're happy, you're happy, you got more customers, they send you a check.
Yeah, you know what's a beautiful thing? You go and you do a joint venture with somebody, you get them on your list, and then in future joint ventures, off the record almost, on future joint ventures, you're selling them back their own customers.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, here's
those
just another
model. Turn into your potential affiliates too.
So let's take this back and look what we've done here, because we've sort of gone through a process here to create a product basically out of air. Okay, I don't even think we spent $100.
No, I don't know. We spent calls,
right? Maybe some phone calls, and if you want to do that. But I mean, we haven't really spent any money here. Okay, we had a free telephone.
The recording media.
Right, we had a free call. Okay, and then we got the cash to pay for the back end product. But now we don't just have a product. We didn't just sort of meet a goal of making X amount of dollars in 30 days. What we've done now is we've created a business, and I think it's worth mentioning that now that we've got this product, there's all kinds of things we can do to it. We can start going. Remember the list we went to, the Google top 10 list or whatever, and we got some of those guys? Hey, last time I checked, every time I ever type in something in Google, it says there's 8 million results. Those are all potential people that will now either do the same model with us, we do a free telecall with those guys, and we already have the back end done, right? Or we can prepare emails and send to them and say, hey, this is a great thing that your people will be worth, and here it all is. I mean, we can take excerpts of that, and we can have a $29 thing that answers the most common question. We can create free reports. We can have it transcribed. There's places like idictate.com. We can have it transcribed. We can have a low-cost ebook or free reports. We can write articles about this. We can get the articles placed. I mean, there's incredible amounts of things. We just created like a whole business and all kinds of different cash income streams from this one idea.
Maybe we can just kind of do a case study, and I'll line out, Mike, I'll line out a case study and you know, kind of step by step what we did, what we expect to do, and I'm looking at Mike to kind of get approval. It's not a secret. Yeah. So I mean, we found ourselves, as it happens, in this exact same model not long ago. So I'm going to tell a story. Mike, you know, came to Tim and I and he said, "Well, I have this list and I'm looking to do something. I'm looking to serve them well, and you know, how can we do it?" And as it happens, this is the exact same thing that we did. We went to the list. We put out a couple of letters, you know, talking about a free teleseminar.
This all happened within 4 days, too.
Free teleseminar to teach traffic and internet marketing methods to the network marketing community. And, you know, we used some, I'll give Jeff Walker his propers because...
Can I just back up for 1 second? So his list, the one thing that he had was a list of network marketers. Didn't know what to sell them. Just came to you guys and said, I've got a really good list here. I'd like to create something good.
So it would be me and Tim would be like the people in this situation because Mike, you know, Mike had the list, and we could have went out and found the guy with the list. So we to give Jeff Walker his propers, you know, he's kind of a phenomenon when we say, well, it was a Jeff Walker style watch. So we wrote some letters, you know, and talked about these experts from another field that have a lot to offer, you know, what these network marketers were looking for. And we said, look, we're only letting 2,000 people pre-register. We would have been tickled pink with 500 pre-registrants. Okay, but we're only letting 2,000 in. We got the 2,000. And then, you know, we would have been tickled pink with 200 callers. I couldn't get in.
What we were doing, we were holding a teleseminar on, you know, we took a survey. We were answering the top 10 questions from people, you know, how to market and generate your own prospects, and these guys were going to, you know, share their secrets, you know, for an hour and a half. So it was an hour and a half of really good free content for anybody that showed up, but it was limited seating. And
sure, I mean, see, that's a perfect example of the Abbott, because I would have just right off to the side. But so what we did was we pitched a $147, you know, back-end teleseminar series. On how to generate traffic.
7 phone calls.
Across 7 phone calls and a DVD.
What really happened is Mike wrote the sales letter and we had to live up to it.
Exactly. Just painted us right into that corner. But the call was free. We gave them a chance to the callers a chance to see and hear what they could get, and, you know, our personalities, which is the magic of a teleseminar, and then for us to convince them on the value of going ahead and doing this 7-call series. Okay, now that's kind of what we've talked about up to this point. So we do the free call, we point them after the free call into a PayPal link or pay.com link, something that's easy to set up, into a call series. Okay, that's kind of the, you know, where it all starts. Okay, you use some, you know, maybe just talk just for a second about some scarcity. Look, we're only letting 500 people on because we've had great results with that. What you ask for, you get. Shoot as high as you think you can, and then actually close it down. Yes. And that's a big credibility thing. If you say you're only letting 500 people in, and you wind up with 750 on the call, your credibility's shot. So right. So hold the number where it's supposed to be. It'll all make sense in a second. So, and then here's kind of the next step for us to talk about. What we're going to do is, you know, we're using these results, and, you know, we're using the metrics to go out to other people in that same industry and say, well, listen, we have this CD set that we've developed.
And we're recording these calls that we're doing.
To our sold-out call.
Yeah, we're recording the calls, so that's going to be a physical CD set. So we made right under $100,000 in like 3 or 4 days. For the people that are just listening to the live version, but we're going to record them, put them on CDs, put them in a binder, put extra content, and sell that CD set to everybody else that couldn't make it for $500 to $1,000 a piece.